Hi guys, hi! Surprise here, your local pothead expanding our universe, back with another video. Yes sir. Happy new month. I know I have a video that is scheduled for is it 5th? Yeah, 5th is Wednesday because today is Tuesday. Let me just confirm. Yeah, I have a video that is scheduled for the 5th, which is tomorrow. But sasa wakati nilikuwa na shoot hiyo video ilikuwa end month. Hata kwa hiyo video nime mention my salaried friends. So I'm like, yeah, let me just say happy new month to y'all. Since this will be up on the 6th. Today is the 4th. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that you are having a great week so far. And I pray that this new month comes in with all its intended blessings, its lessons. Mercury went direct like before July ishe, but we have some other planets in retrograde. So I hope that you're taking this time to wanasema, okay, many people, let's just talk about astrology for just a minute, okay? So many people, Mercury retrograde is like the most popular and known retrograde because Mercury is the one planet that is closest to the sun? Yeah, so of course it will take a shorter time going around the sun. Sindio, that's why we can experience like 2 to 3 Mercury retrogrades in a year, yeah, compared to like the other planets that are like uko mbali, say Neptune, Pluto, all that. So juzi kombali, it takes a longer time to experience their retrogrades, just as much as the retrogrades would take a longer time when they occur. Unlike Mercury retrograde, which would take about a month, you'd find that kitu kama like, let's say when Saturn goes retrograde, that would take a few months, say 3 months, 4 months, yeah. So my point is, I hope watu watapita huko nyuma. Of late, hey, hata sijawaambia. So unaona nimesema I have a video scheduled for tomorrow. I actually did a same day shoot. I had 2 videos available to be scheduled for tomorrow and the 6th. But now I've had to redo it. Now I'm redoing it, but it's not this one. This one is a new idea. Hey, nana yap sana. Anyway, I like it. I like it. So I had to reshoot it because I realized there was someone who was uko nyuma, like unaona uko juu watu wakipita huwa haini bother really, but sasa this time ilikuwa mtu alikuwa like uko chini, kumbe ni kama mtu alikuwa ana chill uko nyuma na mimi sikuwa nimemwona nikikuja. So in the middle of my video I'm editing, then I'm seeing someone akichungulia and I'm like what the fuck, huyo mtu alifika hapo aje? So I feel like alikuwa hapo already before mimi nifike, and then akashindwa kutoka, so alishinda amechungulia, then finally akatoka. So you can just see like movements on, unaona hizi bushes ziko nyuma yangu, you could see movement. It was so weird. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Back to like me explaining the retrogrades. So at the moment we have a few retrogrades with like the outer planets. So that would mean that, which brings me back to my original point. A retrograde is just simply a time for you to be able to reflect. Ni kama time ya kupause badala ya kushinda. Unaona venye tu in my previous video you will see that I was explaining how there's seasons. There's a season, yeah, there's always seasons, sindio? So akuta like jua haitawaka all through the year na mvua haitanyesha all through the year, sindio? So a retrograde is like that. It's simply like a season in which you get to reflect on the lessons that you're supposed to learn depending on what that particular planet affects in your life. Yeah, so it's not a bad thing. Many people when you hawana the knowledge, when they hear about retrogrades, they think like it's oh my god, it's about to be the worst time ever. No, it's just a moment for us to be able to pause, and ni kama exam time, okay? When retrogrades happen, ni kama exam, ni kama sasa the universe is testing you on the things that you have been learning all through. Yeah. Okay. So my point is, I hope you are taking every day as a chance to be able to build the life that you actually want to live, and not just build but actually live it too, because what's the point of building if you're not experiencing it? What's the point of building kama how participate fully in it? Yeah. Enough of the pleasantries, but I really do hope you guys are well. It's been like a year in Akimbe. Imagine we're already on the 8th month. It's crazy. Every day I say it reminds me just how crazy it is. Anyway, on today's video, I want to talk about how you need to keep your emotional records. I threaded about this when I got up today, because it's something that has been in my mind, and I'll tell you guys why. Let's get into it. So this weekend has been a bit heavy on me. So yeah, this weekend has been a bit heavy. This past weekend has been a bit heavy on me, and I was just going through motions, nini, and I was talking to somebody that I really love and I really appreciate in my life, na alikuwa nashinda amenikumbusha how when you feel like people are moving mad with you, it's easy for you to hold on to it, right? It's easy for you to hold on to the hurt, to the pain, to the anguish, to whatever they have made you feel. And you holding on to it only goes ahead to bring more. Ni kama una carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, quite literally. So unajipata, your heart is not light, your heart is heavy. Unabeba kila mtu mwenye ashai kufanyia kitu yenye ulifeel ni kama it was moved mad, you know. So you consistently carry everybody in your heart, and your heart then becomes too heavy, and that could in turn bring a lot hata physically, inaweza leta ailments and all that, sindo? So yeah, point yake alikuwa ananiambia when these people come to let's say ask for forgiveness, and they're like, oh, surprise, I know I messed up, just forgive me. She was like, you should forgive them. And I'm like, what? Why would I forgive them? They knew what they were doing to me. And she was like, you're not forgiving them. I know. Pia kwa the previous video nilikuwa nasema it's a tale as old as time. Everything there's nothing new under the sun. Everything yenye mimi naongelelea, you've had it before, maybe with me or somebody else. It's things that people talk about every day. In this relatability in the human experience is real, because we're just going through the same things in different fonts. So hizi ni vitu zenye mnasikianga kila siku. So my point was, why would I forgive them yet they knew what they were doing? It's not like they didn't know what they were doing, right? And she was like, you're just forgiving them so that your heart can be light. You're forgiving them so that you can also learn to have the same grace for yourself. It's not just about them. Yeah. And her point was, na the fact that nimesema unafaa kuwa forgive haimaanishi unafaa kusahau. Never let them as close to you as they had been before. And that made something click in my mind, because she was just like, yes, you forgive them, but haimaanishi sasa ati sasa nyinyi ni buddies, now you're at your close friends, oh yeah, I forgive you, come back into my life. She was like, no, the moment, like when you forgive them, you make sure that you never let them come close to you the way they were before. Now so I threaded today morning. I wouldn't say I was in my feelings like that. I was just pondering. Niliwaambia mimi nikufikiria itaniua, mimi nafikirianga sana. So I was just pondering, and it came to me. Sasa hiyo conversation yenye nilihave na that person on Saturday came back into my mind, and I'm like, oh, okay. Let me thread. I want an outlet for this. So I threaded. And I was like, the same way I vow to never forget the people who frustrated me when I was going through my lows, is the same way I vow to never forget the people who actually held me down. Yeah, because it's their kindness that keeps me afloat. And it's not fair to like always remind myself of the bad people who did me dirty, and not remind myself of the good people who did me good, right? And sasa after nimethread hiyo, nikaanza kujiuliza hiyo swali tena, hiyo swali yenye nilikuwa namuuliza, now why would I say I'm forgiving them? Okay, why would I say I'm not? The point was, what I had threaded ni, I vow to never forget. So the question came up again. Now, why would I choose not to forget? Isn't that the same thing as carrying them in my heart venye nilikuwa ninaambiwa nisifanye, si ndio? And it made me realize it's not the same thing. Now, this is the main point of this video. It's not the same thing choosing not to forget, right? You can forgive somebody, but don't forget. Keep the emotional records brings me, imenileta so seamlessly into the main point of this whole thing. So after that thread that nilikuwa ninasema, the same way I vow to never forget the people who have frustrated me is the same way I vow to never forget the people who have held me down. So after that thread, I added something along the lines. I had watched a video of this creator. Alikuwa anasema, we need to keep emotional records so that those emotional records can help you when the time is right, maybe in the future, to make a decision or to recognize a pattern, whatever it is, yeah? So sasa hiyo part ya keeping emotional records is what I want to focus on. You see, the way nilikuwa ninaji-question, isn't not forgetting the same thing as carrying them in my heart, and my heart then won't be as light as a feather and all that. I came to the conclusion that not forgetting is not the same thing as carrying them in your heart forever. It's basically you collecting data, or is it data? You collecting data, right? You walk through this lifetime collecting data that can be able to assist you, that can be able to inform you in the future while you're making decisions, or when you're everything, to the way you're living your life. It's based on the data that you have been collecting all through, right? Mnakumbuka kwa the metaphysics of the mind tukisema hakuna kitu yenye inakufanyikia yenye, as much as your conscious mind doesn't remember it, that thing has been stored in your subconscious mind. Everything that has ever happened to you is recorded in your body, in your DNA, in your spirit, in your subconscious mind. It is recorded. So the fact that you do not forget is you having that reminder in you that this and this is what happened, and this is what that made me feel. And did I feel good about it? No. Would I ever want to feel like that again? No. So what does that mean? I'm not supposed to allow, the moment I catch that, let's say an interaction or a situation is going to make me feel the way I felt ile time flani, with that emotional record that I have during that time, that should assist me in making an informed decision to not go through that again. Right? Can I say that again? Data minisikie. Yes. Ninasema, you keeping emotional records helps you in that when you catch it, pattern recognition, that is how you build on your pattern recognition actually. Those emotional records, that is how you build on it. So in the future, in case you catch yourself in a situation where emotionally it feels familiar, and you know that that is not an emotion, or that is not a feeling that you want to go through again, through your emotional records that you had set, that you had kept, not even set, that you had, through your emotional records that you had kept, you will be able to make a better decision, a better choice for yourself, so that you don't go through the same emotional turmoil that you went through in that first experience. So kama unajua huyu mtu anakuanga panya wa kuuma na kupuliza, na akakuja akasema pole, yes, nimesikia pole yako and I forgive you, but trust me, that does not make me dumb enough to forget, because I need to protect my energy, I need to protect myself, I need to protect myself. So I can't be dumb enough to forget. I will have to keep that record, because that is how you made me feel, as much as I have forgiven you. It's important for you to keep those emotional records, because they will serve you when the time is right. It's okay for you to forgive people, but not forget. I feel like since I was born in a Christian home, let me just use Christianity. I feel like, but it's something to do with these very many Abrahamic religions, they tend to do that. Unaona hiyo kitu yenye wanakuambianga forgive and forget, I feel like that's something that is used in these Abrahamic religions to make people dumb and to make people wanafunga macho na wanajua wanaona the truth but wanachagua kufunga macho, cause you can't say that someone will keep doing the same thing over and over again and ati ujua wanajua watakuja ku apologize. This has reminded me something, but acha nimalize hii thought. Juu wanajua watarudi ku apologize na huyu wana ni forgive, hata ni forgive, anajua ata repeat tu hiyo tabia na utamforgive na utasahau na ata repeat na una get. That is like a constant loop of, I feel like ina stem sana from religion, Christianity to be specific, where there's this notion that you can always just pray to be forgiven and all will be forgiven and then you can move on with your life. Ina remove accountability from it, ina remove the sense of responsibility. Na ile when I said acha tu nimalize hii thought, ni juu nimekumbuka I have threaded something about this before. It was a thread along the lines deconstructing from religion, because I have seen just how much religious people lack accountability and responsibility, and there's this notion that since their power lies in something outside of them, they can always just do wrong and then go to church on Sunday and pray and be forgiven and all is well. They can always just pray that the blood of Jesus Christ has washed away their sins and that automatically sasa ina wash away their sins, and hata kama ni like repeated behavior, they can always just pray and it will be forgiven. Sasa si unaona mbona wanakuambia just forgive and forget, just forgive and forget. No, you can forgive but you do not have to forget. If anything, hata mimi nitasema do not forget. Juu hata mimi nina expect you will hold me on the same standard, cause mbona ni repeat a behavior na wewe na nishinde nimekuambia pole 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 na bado ninairudianga. Kama unaona hivyo ndo ninakufanyia, please don't forget and please use that emotional record that you have taken down to do something about it. If you don't want me in your life anymore, because I will take you through the same emotional turmoil, you have all the right to remove me from your life. It's not just a matter of me. I feel like vitu zenye mi wanasema si ati ninasemanga tu ati zina apply to me, zina apply to pia to people who are around me. If you feel like surprise amekukosea na anashindanga amenikosea in that way na sasa nina need to put a stop to it, go ahead. Don't forgive and forget. Always remember, not just the bad things though, also the good things. Yeah. But yeah, you need to keep those emotional records because they will help you make better decisions. Not to usiku unatoka out of the frying pan into the fire every time and then you're expected to like wonder, kwani what is wrong? Why is it always going like this? It's because you've chosen to ignore what your body already knows, what your spirit already remembers, what your emotions remember. You've chosen to ignore that. Yeah, you can forgive, always forgive, honestly, because unconditional love nini. Of late nimekuwa nikipata such themes that are like the content that is coming on my FYP and all. It's content around unconditional love and and it's so hard to love unconditionally, especially when you're being done dirty. But that something that my friend told me, huyo mwenye alikuwa ananiongelesha on Saturday, alikuwa like, waendelea kukua the surprise that I know. You don't have, si lazima hii dunia ikukaushe, ikufanye ukue mgumu, ikufanye ukue bitter. You can always just be bubbly and kind and giving and loving. Now you just need to set your boundaries, yeah? Just set your boundaries but never stop being who you are. The moment umeona, here I work, you have the emotional record, use that to make a decision. And I feel like that's enough and I feel like mmenisikia na mimi pia nimejisikia. But yeah. Follow us on our social media handles at _yourlocal.pothead on Instagram and my main Instagram account at _nyagoha. What else? I offer birth chart readings. Book me for those birth chart readings. Allow me to walk you through your soul, your cosmic blueprint, basically. how your soul and how your energy manifests itself in this lifetime, depending on the arrangement of the celestial bodies at the time of your birth. Yeah. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Follow us on our social media handles. Nishasema hiyo nimekuwa thrown off kiasi tu, but yeah. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe. Go be great. Go live the biggest life you can ever conjure up in your mind. Your local pothead out.